Becoming a successful entrepreneur means having a vision, trusting your vision, and having an attack plan. Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderfull, became an icon in the business world during his time on ABC's show Shark Tank after investing in 40 companies. His vision and mantra always remained the same when he built his empire of companies. The best thing you can do for entrepreneurs is create opportunities for them by creating jobs for them. O'Leary believes heavily in the power of great entrepreneurs and believes that great entrepreneurs are those who pursue liberty versus greed. Hello viewers, welcome to Exponential Luxuries, a place of exploring luxurious financial horizons. In today's video, we will discuss 5 tips from Kevin O'Leary that you must follow if you want to become an entrepreneur. O'Leary gave a remarkable presentation during the Conquer Local Conference in June 2019, highlighting his biggest rules for investing, marketing, and creating a successful business. First tip, marketing a commodity. The advice from O'Leary is to invest primarily in businesses that sell a commodity, in other words, a product that will be used by a large majority of people. Getting it in front of as many eyes as possible needs to be your top priority. He mentions one of his top Shark Tank investments, Wicked Good Cupcakes, as an example. Cupcakes are just that, a commodity: flour, sugar, water, etc. They used the platform of the Shark Tank to get their product in front of as many people's eyes as possible. Their sales blew up once they got on TV. When they were getting close to selling their 1 millionth cupcake jar, one of their marketing initiatives came and O'Leary flew to their store to stream the event live. Once TV networks were hit by that footage, they gained thousands more clients. Their price for customer acquisition? $0. It's as simple as that, really. Second tip, telling a story. Storytelling is a powerful strategy for gathering the emotions of the audience. Your audience will be able to tell dishonesty from a mile away, so don't even think about being fake. A great way to get noticed and show your brand's authenticity is to tell your story. Your audience is intrigued to see the behind the scenes of the creation of a product they love and the faces behind the achievement. Social media has a way of updating your audience with your products, promotions, and continuing the story of your brand. Telling the story of your company is not about creating a boring and long blog post or fake PR initiative, but a real representation of what it was like to build your company, both the good and the not so good. Back to Wicked Good Cupcakes, our original example. What were they doing that distinguished them from other cupcake companies? They've told their tale. The smartest thing they could do was utilize and repurpose the content they captured on TV. They were able to generate tons of micro content for their social media accounts with this in mind. Use and break the value you have already created into 5-second clips, 10-second clips, 20-second clips, etc. The specifics don't matter as much, but use it to your advantage. Third tip, pitching to investors. Don't buy into the idea that a certain sales gene exists, that only those kind of individuals can become entrepreneurs or create great pitches. O'Leary has seen countless pitches, and it is possible to split up his recommendations into 3 consistent pitching rules. 1. Pitch in 90 seconds or less. As a strong capitalist, you can be pitching in 90 seconds or less, O'Leary says. Look your investors in the eye and explain what you're doing, why the plan succeeds, and why investors have a huge chance. 2. Sell yourself first. While you pitch in hopes of selling a big concept, you need to sell them on your own as well. Your desire to market and your business's zeal will give customers faith that you will be able to sell your goods to the masses and get their money back as quickly as possible. And 3. Know your numbers. Now this is the part where sliding is caught by a lot of entrepreneurs. You should know your numbers inside and out if you are beginning a company. It's necessary to know your investors' business research, market size, analysis of competitors, risks, etc., break-even point, how long until you make a profit once you start, and consumer margins. Is there a way to widen the margins? It will entice customers to expect you to be transparent and honest about your business model. Fourth tip, effective management. O'Leary talks about the fascinating fact that over 90% of his income comes from his women-run businesses. This greatly heightened his curiosity, and he wanted to see what these firms were doing differently to minimize risk. 1. Better time management. The number one advantage they have is what a company CEO does with their resources and how they distribute their workers' time. Setting targets, allocating resource to achieve those targets, and then tracking whether the time has been effectively expended is crucial. 2. Set achievable goals. Since reviewing each company's quarterly revenue figures, he began to look at the sales that were actually reached. He learned that they achieved their goals 65% of the time in firms run by men, with an average growth target of 30%, where women reach their goals about 90% of the time, with an average growth rate of 17%. 3. Maintain culture. The creation of a stable company atmosphere has a positive effect on the turnover rates of workers. If you are consistently struggling to achieve your success expectations, certain environments can be discouraging and dysfunctional, and that can have a detrimental effect on employee satisfaction. Many of his firms were instructed by O'Leary to set expectations that they should achieve over 90% of the time. Outcome? Just as he thought, workforce turnover declined by 30% and free cash flow grew by 11%. 4. Assimilate feedback to enhance customer service. 2 words: online reputation. There is the ability of social media to inflict reputational harm to your name. Customers can want to unleash their bad emotions on social media, and it is your job to minimize the problem as soon as practicable and flawlessly. O'Leary reports that you can't get unhappy clients back about 80% of the time, so stop wasting a lot of time trying to get them back. A person on your Facebook post who leaves horrible comments is not your client. They are either a rival seeking to pollute the metrics of your quest, or someone who is not willing to buy from you. So what do? For the other thousands of millions or individuals who can read your answers, you write your answer. Others will see your attempts to address the situation, and your viewers will appreciate that you are sincere about your error and have taken responsibility for correcting the problem at hand. 5. Maintaining a brand. The brand name is everything. In order to listen properly, most marketers need to read. As an entrepreneur, when you start your company, almost nothing can distract you from the myopic concentration you have on your vision. It would make it incredibly difficult for you to listen to the wishes of your clients if you are too stuck to your vision, because while you are only starting out, consumer acquisition is your top priority. Businesses, consumers, and patterns are continuously evolving. The business model will still evolve, and by assimilating consumer data, you need to change it. 5th tip, the golden rules of investing. As an expert investor himself, O'Leary has a few key guidelines to smart investing. Number 1, diversification is the only free lunch. His rule notes that in any position you can never place more than a 5% stake, not allowing any stock to become more than 5% of your portfolio. There is leeway of course, so that's a safe starting point for spending your money. 2. Never put more than 20% of your assets in any one sector. There are 11 sectors to choose from, so don't just pick one. When a certain market goes down, it is important to invest in various opportunities in different industries to reduce the losses. Number 3. Never own a position that does not return capital. Venture investment is very expensive, but you best be aware about how to get your money back. If you get returns from a mortgage, if you get dividends from a portfolio, if you don't get paid back, don't buy it. Number 4. Own at least 35% fixed income at any time, including real estate. Your fixed income is your protection net, and at all times you can keep it at 35%. Those checks that you make each month for the same amount are your guaranteed income. There's no question that inventories can deliver high cash returns, but that can change in a moment's time, so there's plenty to fall back on. Number 5. Position preservation above performance. As far as your hard-earned cash is concerned, you can keep it. Don't spend too much money betting about those stocks. Did you find this video interesting? For more videos like this one, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you won't miss our next video. Until next time.